Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. For everyone at home that's wondering, we are lining up some guests, having some serious conversations about doing so stay tuned. But today, I have Samir Smethanyan from the Kazakhstan Alps. Ladies and gentlemen, Samir.
Thank you. Pleasure
So
to be here.
today's episode, we are going to be talking about taking the high road. High road. What does that mean? Taking the high road in business, taking the high road in life, it always ends up working out better for you. Doing the right thing, taking the right path. Now, everyone's going to say, oh, well, right is subjective.
Yeah.
You know damn well what's right and what's wrong. So if you want to pretend that something bad is right, or there's an influencer dude on Instagram, I had to really control myself on the comments. He was trying to say that, say doing a bad deed
Yep.
was just a deed, and there was no good or bad. And that I took strongly, and I was like,
Yeah,
that I disagreed with him.
I don't like that.
I was like, so you're justifying being a scumbag. I'm like, that's what you're doing. You're trying to justify or put mayonnaise on you being a scumbag. Not a good road to take.
I don't like that. 'Cause you feel it in your gut. You know when you're being an asshole.
Yeah, you know when you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. You can just feel it and you don't feel good afterwards.
Just it's in life and in business. So in relation to the relevancy of the show, I want to keep it related to business. Now there is this almost I don't want to use that mentality, but I don't want to use a bad word that could possibly there is this almost expected screw, I don't know what the word to use, ruthless. That's the word. There's this ruthless behavior in business that people just think, oh yeah, we can do those terrible things. 9 times out of 10, they come with karma. I don't care what anyone says. There is karma related to business. If you do bad, you're going to get bad back.
Yeah.
What's your take on, if you're in a business situation and, how does it sit with you if, somebody, how does it sit with you? For example, when you were talking about,
Yeah.
and you were talking about trying to sell wicked expensive laptops when people didn't really need that. Yeah. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things, I didn't mind pushing an item if it really felt their needs and it was going to give them extended life and a better quality of life.
Yeah.
But if someone comes in just looking I need to do schoolwork, and my manager's over there, he's like, oh, he's got a new gaming laptop. And I'm looking at him like, dude, what are you doing? They don't need a gaming laptop. Why am I gonna walk in there and try and tell them that they need a game? Because they can feel it. You can tell, you can look in their eyes, and they know that you're talking out of your ass, that they don't need what you're trying to sell them. And the same thing with the card. That really did it for me. It was sell the card. If I had a really big camera sale,
Now, I just want to confirm for the audience, this is all your opinion.
all my opinion. Yeah.
This is just how you kind of took
Yes,
it. Yeah.
this is how I felt, and this is why I ended up leaving as well. So I worked in a retail store, and they had a card that everyone does, all the big ones.
So this was a big box retailer.
Big box retailer. And, they do that because, well, if you have a card, you're going to come and you're going to shop there. I get it, and they have rewards along with it. But when you're messing with someone's credit, some people just can't do it. It's not smart for them. The people who can, okay, great. There are benefits to it, but it really sucked when your manager's coming up to you and you see this lady walk in, with a baby or a stroller or something, and you can tell that, and they're looking at the cheapest laptop, and they say, hey, go push the credit card to them. You know they want it. You know they can do whatever financing options they have. It'll help them. You know they want that credit card. I'm like, no, they don't. Like, if it fits, if when I'm talking to them and it seems like it's gonna work, great. But I'm not gonna go in there with the intent to mess with their credit, to give them something they don't need. Because then when they go to pay it off or whatever, or something happens and it doesn't go well, then I just screwed them over. And for what? Because my manager's trying to hit their quota? No.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Yeah, like if I'm in a situation and I'm talking to a client that say wants to grow and they're just not there. Financially, infrastructure, facilitation, whatever. Logistics. If I see a missing, broken piece that I don't foresee them fixing or being able to afford to fix, I usually just bow out, or I'm upfront and I say, this may be an issue here. We can take our best shot and try, but without saying that would not sit well with me. I have to make sure that the situation's set up where it's clear that we might not be doing things that, let's say, the big competitors are doing. For example, like if I'm talking to somebody and they have a competitor that's doing a certain amount of revenue, and they say, hey, I want to hit that revenue too. And I have to explain to them, these people or this business they're investing 20% of their top line or something like that. Let's say that client that is aspiring to grow and can't hit that. You have to be upfront and say, hey, this is, maybe you're not here. You're not there yet. There's a lot of growth consultants out there that will just like, oh yeah, and just, you got to be upfront.
Yeah. And it's just easier. It helps the soul, helps you feel less bad about it,
Yeah. I there's nothing worse than like, I was working with a vendor and in the beginning, I was getting these leads generated for me. I get this lead and the person will only communicate by text.
It's weird.
I says, is this such and such pool cleaning? And they were texting, yes, sign me up for Google Ads right now. Here's my credit card number. And I go, that's the fastest sale.
Yeah.
Hey, just let's kick up our feet for the rest of the day. Who wants lemonade? Who wants lemonade? I just closed a deal. It was too fast. It was, hello, sir. Hi, I'm such and such. I understand that you need some help. And it turned into this big, hurry up, sign me up. And then he goes, here's my URL, which was a website that had nothing to do with pool cleaning. It was like this download app. It was like a affiliate site that sold downloads for games for your phone.
Oh, interesting.
And I said to him, I go, this is not the pool cleaning. Come to find out, this lead that was generated, I did some digging on the name that was on the credit card. And I found the person in New York City. What? So I did some digging. I went onto white pages and looked around, and I'm like, let me call this person right here. I got a different phone number.
Oh, geez.
So I called the number and they said, oh my God, my info was stolen. And I said, are you a business? And they're like, no. I said, somebody just gave me your credit card number over text.
Oh my God.
I said, I took the high road. I didn't do anything because I sensed there's some weirdness going on here. So I called her. I don't know what she did. There was a police report or some stuff going on. And I texted the guy, please do not contact me again.
Yeah.
But so here's the crazy thing. The company, the vendor that I was working with that gave me this, told me to pound sand. I'm like, wait, hold on. Let me reverse this for a second. I wanna make sure I'm not nuts. I want to make sure that I'm not hallucinating.
Yeah, what?
I want to make sure that I am on this planet.
Oh.
Did what this person say to me actually happen? Am I losing my marbles? Are my carbohydrates too low? Is my thyroid functioning? Or is this guy a total piece of shit?
Oh my God.
I know I'm dramatic. So this guy told me to pound sand. He said, tough luck, kid. We don't win all of them, and hung up on me. Hold on. I pay this person money for a service. I want to zoom. I pay this guy money for a service, and he said, tough luck, kid. We don't win all of them. Oh. The person said their credit card was stolen. It wasn't the real thing, and I found the real. Tough luck, kid. We don't win all. So this guy was on my shit list for a long time. I canceled with them. I was like, dude, we're done. I canceled with them. That guy was on my shit list for so long for how he treated me. He got to keep my money for that lead. But the sour, I cannot, he lost a client. Like, I was spending pretty good money for that lead generation service. And this was way, way back in the day. We can generate our own leads. It's more of like way, way, way back in the beginning. And we needed some extra leads, and I got solicited by this group.
Crazy.
And the guy basically told me to pound sand.
That's absolutely crazy.
I go, am I really experiencing this? And that is one example of working with someone. And I had another vendor. Another vendor forgot to bill us. We were on like a monthly billing plan, and they forgot to bill us. And this is months and months and months and months and months and months. It was like a year and a half in, and we get this random email. You owe us blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Hold the bus. There is a bus stopping in this episode. Hold the bus, Mary Jo. What do you mean? I owe X amount of dollars. I thought I was on a billing that was monthly, that you automatically charged me. Well, we had a little bit of an issue internally, and now you owe us, so let's say $10,000. What? And then they started getting real aggressive about it. Very aggressive. I said, wait a minute, you guys goofed up. What? Okay, let's figure it out. But the level of aggression, just sour.
Yeah.
And then I would see that same woman on LinkedIn going from job to job, and just seeing her around, and I was just instantly like, piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's the piece of shit lady. That was crazy. They made a mistake. Now, if I make a mistake, let me figure it out. Let me try to be as easy and gentle, or like me and Jay like to say, pumpkin pie. So we call it pumpkin pie when you turn up the sweetness, and you turn up, that. And I will be as easygoing as possible, because it's a tense conversation. If you messed up on something and you really need to get paid for it, you got to figure out how to be a little bit flexible, given that you goofed up. So, I have seen several businesses not take the high road, which that reputation sticks with them forever when when you're thinking short-term thinking, right? If there's an opportunity for you to not take the high road, let's say you have a dilemma. It's better to take the high road than think short-term, right? Think short-term, or figure out a solution that makes sense for that. Be a problem solver, but don't think short-term where, hey, screw the client. No. Don't ever do that, because that reputation, or if you have a client that's going through something, something terrible, health scare, a divorce, or whatever. If you are not there for your client, even though it's kind of none of your business, but if the client opens up and shares like, hey, I got to pay X amount of dollars in alimony, I'm a little tight. No problem. Let's figure it out. Let's work through it. Be a teammate. Don't be a motherfucker. That piece of advice is so important. To take the high road, you have to separate yourself from like that transactional mentality. Like, oh, you came here, you bought a lollipop and you left with that lollipop. It's not like that in certain types of businesses. You're not selling lollipops.
Yeah. Would you count hidden fees under this high road type of thing? Like if a company like sticks you with something that they didn't originally tell you about?
Hidden fees are extremely annoying. Very, very annoying. And it's one of those things that I said in the prior episode about how you make the client feel, the feelings, the feel. What emotion are you creating? Hidden fees is a very sour. It's a very sour feeling. A fee that someone doesn't know about. Now you may run into situations where someone just bullshits. I didn't know about that. Like you gotta weed some of that out. Because there are standards in certain industries where there is a fee for certain things and requires a certain amount of labor. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But a pure raw, completely weird sideways left field fee, that doesn't make your client feel good.
No.
Now for the folks at home, think about times that you had the opportunity to take the high road or take the bad road. I guarantee for people who are watching, if you took the high road, it always ends up better. It always ends up working out. And if you don't believe in karma, I'm not telling you what to believe in. Basically, you don't have to even call it karma. You can say, what comes around goes around. Very simple. If you want to separate any kind of spirituality stuff from it, just say simple. What comes around goes around. So if you put out bad comes back. I don't care who disagrees with it. It's the truth. And I think there's a lot of people that disagree with it. They fucking know it's true.
Yeah. Because
those are the people that typically have shitty lives.
Yeah. And I mean, I think, right, karma and getting like the spiritual stuff or whatever, forget all that for a second, right?
Yeah, it doesn't even need to go down that road, and I don't want the show to go down an incorrect road. But I'm just talking about just raw.
Yeah.
Just as a person.
Because like, as you were saying before, like, if you're an asshole to a lot of your clients, you get a bad rep. Your company gets a bad rep, right? So just physically, your company has a bad rep. Well, you're going to get shit clients, or someone's going to come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's just going to happen if you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It just will.
I'll give you one example of a horrible thing that happened. I'm not going to name names. We were working with somebody and we live in an imperfect world. We are humans. Sometimes something might happen. We had a situation where something happened outside of our control, and I hear a bird. Ladies and gentlemen, at first we had Yakub's orchestra of throat. This throat orchestra. Now we have the Tweety Bird from Smithsonian. So remember, folks, just to wrap up the show, you know what's right and you know what's wrong. What comes around goes around. Cut the shit, straighten out. Like my mom says, straighten out. Until next time, thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, click notifications, and have a sip of your drink just like Yakub.